So my name is Anaïs, and I'm a part of the user support team of Copernicus Marine Service. Welcome to this presentation dedicated to the Copernicus Marine Toolbox, our official tool for downloading marine data. So the Copernicus Marine Toolbox is a free user-friendly application that connects directly to the Copernicus Marine Data Store. And with this tool, you can access complete metadata, full data sets, or only specific subsets you need. Whether they come from digital models, satellites observation, or in situ measurement. The toolbox lets you select and extract only the data you are interested in optimized format without any limits on volumes or bandwidths. In other words, it allows you to explore and download everything available in our catalog with no quota restriction. So during this presentation, I will guide you through the main feature of the toolbox, and I will demonstrate how quick and easy it's to download data with it. The Copernicus Marine Toolbox has four main functions. The first one is the logging function. This function generates an encrypted file containing your logging credentials, so you don't need to enter them every time you download data. The second function, it's called describe. It allows you to retrieve details metadata about the chosen product and dataset. The third function is a get function. This one allows you to download the original files exactly as they are provided by the data producers. And finally, you have the subset function. This one is particularly useful if you want to extract only a part of the data. For example, for a specific region, defined a period of time or selected depth. All this function can be used in two different ways, either from the command line interface, such as MD4 prompt or any other terminal, or directly from the Python and environment, such as Jupyter Notebook, Visual Studio Code, Google Colab, or any other code editor. So before going further, let me show you where to find all the information you need to install and use the toolbox properly. So I'm going to the Help Center. So in the Health Center, you have the section Copernicus Marine Data Download. So go in it and then scroll down a little and to the Copernicus Marine Toolbox section. You will find there step-by-step articles covering everything from installation to advanced use cases. In the Getting Started with the Toolbox session, you will find introductory article that provide more details about what I'm presenting here, along with clear instruction for installation and first use. If you prefer not install the toolbox, you can also use it directly through a simple executable file. So this option works only via a command line, but it's often the fastest way to get started. In the main functionality section, you will find separate articles explaining each functions, both from command line and API, Python. The use case section contains a practical example on how to use the toolbox from different needs, downloading, filtering, and automating workflow across several programming languages. And finally, the troubleshooting and FAQ section include a presentation of the latest toolbox version, a list of issues and their solution, an FAQ with the most common questions from our community, explanation on the available data formats such as NetCDF and ZAR, and an article that explains how to report an issue or request for a new feature. You can also find a roadmap of upcoming improvement. So now let us move on a practical demonstration. So we will start with the command line interface using the MD4 prompt. So I will open my MD4 prompt here. So the first step is to activate your Python environment by typing mamba activate. Here CMT. So I have named my environment CMT for Copernicus Marine Toolbox. So please note I'm no longer located at my base, but rather in my CMT environment. To check the Toolbox versions that I have installed, I simply write Copernicus Marine -- version. So now I have to wait a little bit because I'm on stream live. So at the moment, I'm using the latest version of variable, the 2.2.2. So let's us begin with the describe function. That is the only function that doesn't require login credential. It allows you to retrieve the metadata from the marine data store. So to see all the variables option, you can simply write Copernicus Marine, the function here describe, and then -- help. So you will see the menu, the help menu. On the left, you will see the possible option, and on the right, their description. I will not go into more detail here, but you will find everything explained in the Help Center. So I will move on the logging function. So this function is create a secure identification file. So so that you don't need to type your credential each time. So you only have to do this once. In the command line, you write Copernicus Marine. Sorry, I see the bar at the bottom. It's Copernicus Marine logging. Okay, sorry for the typo. All right. So now you will then be asked for your username and password. So I will enter my username, and please note that the password is hidden as you type, so be careful. Once it's done, the identification file will be created and stored in your default directory under the folder .copernicus marine. So I will just check it here in my .copernicus marine folder. I retrieve my identification file. So now we can continue with the get function. So this function download the original data as they are provided by the producers. And let's open the help menu again to see a variables option. So I will write Copernicus Marine get -- help. The only mandatory parameter for this function is the dataset ID option, or just I for short. To show how it works, I will first search for a dataset in the Copernicus Marine data catalog. So I will open the catalog and I will select, for example, Mediterranean product, and I will select a variable I'm interested in here, the sea surface height. And then I will select the forecast product. In the description page under the dataset data access tab here, you will see all the variable dataset. For each dataset, the catalog shows the time coverage. That is the period of time for which the data is available. So here I will copy the dataset ID using the copy button here, in this case, the dataset of the sea level hourly. So I will copy it. So now I'll go back to my command line. I will write Copernicus Marine get this option I for the dataset. So I will copy the dataset ID. And let's say we want to retrieve simply a file. So if I don't enter the date of the file I'm introducing here, the function will download all the data variable for this data set. So this not what we want here. So the first, the March 21st is here. Is within the variable period. So I must further specify I want the data file that has the selected date in its name using the filter option. Filter, and then I will indicate the date. So notice the asterisk at the end. That means that our additional character in this file name after the date. So if I want to choose a folder where the file will be saved, I use the option -O, which is a shortcut for the output directory option. And here I will indicate the folder in where I want to store my data. So my data folder. So now I will launch my command. And I see several little message, the version of the data set being retrieved, the part of the data set concerned, usually default, and then the download starts. So once the download is complete, go to my data folder. So inside I find a folder with the project name, then the dataset name, then the year, the month, and finally the file itself. So the file is indeed here. Let us switch to Python. So I open Jupyter notebook directly from my MD4 prompt by typing Jupyter notebook. So it's possible because I previously installed the notebook package on this environment. And now a page will open automatically. Now I will open a notebook here. And the first step is to select the kernel corresponding to your Toolbox environment. By clicking here and here, I can see all the available Python environment and I will choose a CMT environment. To use the toolbox, you must first import it by typing import Copernicus Marine, like that. So let's just now look at the subset function. So this function that allows you to extract only part of the dataset you are interested in here, according to space, time, or depth. In Python, if you want to check the available option, you can type Copernicus Marine dot the function, here subset, and then add a question mark. And now you will see all the menu, the help menu, and all the option available. So the subset function can be built manually, but to avoid mistakes, it's much easier to use the automate buttons available on the online subset page or directly in the MyOcean viewer. So I will show you, I will reopen the MyOcean viewer that I will show you the last Tuesday here, and I will click on the automate button. So this button automatically generates the correct query that that you can then copy it into your Python environment. So now I will copy the Python template here and I will paste it into my notebook. So I already import the toolbox. I will then add two additional options again, the output directory in my data folder and the output file name to give a name of my file. Here, for example, I will name it wave data, for example. And okay, so now the download starts, and here I can see the statue downloaded, and I will check into my data folder here, the name, the files. So now let's us look at two additional functions that are available only in Python, the open dataset and read data frame option. The functions open datasets works almost like a subset, but instead of downloading the files, it open the dataset remotely. In my case, I will simply reuse the same request as before because I'm running this demo live and the connection may slow down the opening. So I will copy it. I will remove the option open output directory and output file name, does not exist for this function. I will change the function here by open dataset, and I will store this template into variable named arbitrarily dataset. And here I want to open this dataset. So you can see here the data open in Xarray package, but it's not saved on my machine. So to do this, you can use the toNetCDF function. I then specify the name of the variable here, dataset, where I store the data, and add the toNetCDF function. And then I will specify the path of the folder where I want to save my data and give it a name like subset data, for example. Okay, so now I retrieve my data into my data folder. So the last functions available with the toolbox is the read data frame function. This is very similar to open datasets, but instead of opening the data in a Xarray package, it uses pandas to display it in a data frame. This is very useful if you want to work with CSV file. However, since pandas loads everything into memory, there is a risk of error if the dataset is too large for your machine. So for this reason, it's always better to subset first. So I will repeat my previous comment here. I will just change the variable to df for data frame, and I will change the function to read data frame. Okay. So now the opening of the data may take longer than with the open dataset because this function uses pandas. And now we see that the open data in a table form. In the same way as the toNetCDF function, I can use the toCSV function to save my data in a CSV format. So I will simply type df for the variable where I store the data, df to CSV, and then indicate the path and subset data and specify the CSV format for this data. So now I will check here, and I can find my CSV format in my folder. So to conclude, please note that all datasets in our catalog are not yet available through the subset function. So to check this, I go back to the website and I will show you the user notification service. So here in the incident tab, you can see the dataset in progress of being formatted for the service subset notification, which lists all the dataset and the product, for which a subset function is not yet available. We update this notification as soon as one or more datasets from the list become available. If you encounter any problem that you cannot solve with the Help Center or our AI assistant Blue here, so you can always reach out directly to our user support team. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thanks a lot, Anaïs, for the presentation. We have a few questions for you about the toolbox. Okay, so the first one being, is there a way to find the dataset ID straight from the toolbox without going to the home page? So I think you show it was possible now.
Yeah, it's possible with the describe function. You can simply type Copernicus Marine describe, and then you have a option where you can retrieve the data set contains keywords or variables. So check the documentation. But it's possible with the describe function directly from your command line, for example.
Okay, thanks. So yeah, don't hesitate to check the link we put on the chat for you about the toolbox to see all of the function. Okay, so next question, why is there so many Copernicus Marine Toolbox kernel on Jupyter?
Yeah, I'm testing a different version of the Copernicus Marine Toolbox on my own machine, so that's why I need to install various Python environment with different Copernicus Marine Toolbox version for testing. That's my job.
But yeah, for the users, you can just use the one with just CMG.
The recently, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So this one, I think it kind of goes with the question before. How often the toolbox is updated? For example, if you have suggestions for a new function.
The toolbox is updated to approximately all the 2 months or 3 months, depending of the bugs of the error appears. And if you have any suggestions, you can contact the user support and share with me or with my colleagues your suggestion for the amelioration.
Okay, thanks for the details. Yeah, for now it's the last question, I think. Is the toolbox only compatible with Python?
No, you can also use the toolbox with R or MATLAB. In the use case section in the Help Center, in the section for the toolbox in the Help Center, you have the use case section, and then here you have different articles on how to use the toolbox with R or MATLAB. And I think with Python, there is all the application that we have write article about this, but again, we make some tests and we write different articles about the new tools, or if you have suggestions, again, we can make tests and write articles about this.
Okay, yeah, thanks, good to know. Still more work for you to do if necessary. Okay, so I think that was the last question for the toolbox. And yeah, for the participants, don't hesitate to check the articles or even the replay when it's available. And yeah, if you have questions, you can contact the user support, as Anaïs said. Yeah, thanks again, Anaïs, for